And we're back. I'll be honest here, I have no fancy intro today because I already said everything that I had to say in the last chapter. The butler is out and Callie is in. So, let's just get to the next chapter, shall we? Okay.
Hey boss, got a couple of minutes?
Aiden has been approached to help promote an F1 sim racing event. He agreed to take part without consulting us first, and the event has already announced his participation on social media. Should we still let him attend still? Agree, decline, compromise. You know what? Yeah, I'll agree with that one, at least for once.
Why are you hesitating? You've always dreamt of racing in F1.
Not like this. Do you know what he did?
Oh, your father?
He refused to support me. Said he'd only fund one of his children. Said Devon had better prospects.
I'm sorry. I didn't know that.
Mum used the divorce settlement to help me out, but... And you're only here because he sent you.
No. This was my idea, my decision. And this is me asking you, Callie, not your father. We need a replacement and I ask for you because I know how good you are. And that's the truth.
I always said I'd do it on my terms, not his.
I'll look out for you. Just like I did in F2.
Will you keep him away from me?
I'll do everything in my power. Everything. To make sure that all you have to think about is driving. Have we got a deal? You might never get this opportunity again. You know that.
Could you take a look at this, please?
Great news!
One of our sponsors has unexpectedly paid a bonus early. There are a number of ways we can use this money. The question is, where should we invest it? Car, team, factory. You know what? I think I'm gonna go for the factory. Okay, waiting for the call. Wait, did you need to check the news? There we go.
Davidov.
They stopped me entering the garage just because Callie's in there. It's ridiculous.
We've had this conversation. You need to give her space.
I'll humor you for now, Ackerman, but I don't like being told where I can and can't go around here. Don't forget, you talked me into this.
What does that mean? Talked you into what?
Signing Callie in the first place. I'm just allowing you to take credit for it, that's all.
Yeah, it sounds like you're trying to blame me.
Well, if you're right about it, there'll be no blame to allocate, will there?
Anything else?
You're a busy man. I'll let you go.
So, if there wasn't any doubt, Davidov's an asshole. Who would have thunk it, right? Anyway, for the news, Kanaspor signed Callie Meyer. Amidst the decided that whole F1 world talking, Kanaspor initially refused to comment on Devon Buzz's future and whether it would be necessary to replace him, but broke their silence last week from the Callie Meyer rumors. Many speculate that Meyer, last season F2 champion, could be brought in to fill the vacant seat on the funded by her father. Now, ahead of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, Kanaspor prepared for Meyer's maiden outing, and the rest of the wait, fascinated to see how she fares. Okay, Trackside Chats. Interview Kanasport team principal Casper Ackerman, who mentored Callie for a winning season in F2. Did you always know Callie would be successful in the world of motorsports? We asked him. I'm not special for recognizing Callie's ability, Ackerman said. Everyone who follows F2 knows how dominant she was in the 22 season. If she were a man, we'd be all much less surprised she found a seat on an F1 team. Which is kind of right, actually. I honestly think she'll adjust to German F1. Ackerman's careful not to put any pressure on her. For starters, we'll make sure the car fits her, which wasn't the case in F2, he says. You can never say for sure how the will adjust, but I live in Cali and I'm excited to find out. the Butlers. The family behind Connosport Butler Global Racing Team. That's still ridiculous, but okay. Although we all knew Devin Butler, for most of us, Kelly Meyer is a new name in the sport. The rival Connosport to the grid also saw Devin's father, Davidoff, thrust into the limelight as the team's most prominent investor. He is the Butler in Butler Global, after all. It remains to be seen what role Devin will play in the future of the sport, if any. But the Butler family has already fast established its own racing legacy over the course of the past 2 seasons. Kelly Meyer, meanwhile, has shook the Butler family name for presumably personal reasons, taking her mother's name after her parents' divorce in 2013. Ooh, okay. Again, more lore. The situation at Connosport is as complex as it is interesting. An F1 veteran turned team principal Casper Ackerman must keep the outfit running. Okay, a glass ceiling shattered. Kelly Meyer is new entrant onto the F1 grid, but she's also the first woman in 31 years to enter the Grand Prix. The last was Giovanna Amati back in 1992, but the qualification rules were different then, and drivers from lower-end teams had to pre-qualify to get entry to the qualifying proper, so Meyer never got to make her bow in the race itself, because she was stuck in a Brabant team that was basically dead. Before her, Desiree Wilson also tried in full to qualify, but she did win in a different F1 classification at Brands Hatch, a Formula Aurora race. And I think she was the only, and she was the only woman to ever win a Formula 1 sanctioned event until Jimmy Chadwick in the W Series, if I remember correctly. Meaning she has the stand named after her in honor there, as the only woman to win a Formula 1 race of any kind, again, before Jimmy Chadwick did it. Lala Lombardi remains the only with point scorer in F1, finishes 6th at 1975 Spanish Grand Prix, only off points however to an early stoppage because of a fatal crash involving spectators and Joachim Mosov, I think it was. So Lombardi scored a half point for the session. Finally, a special award for Italian racer Mario Teresa De Filippis, who was the first one to compete in Formula 1, doing so in 5 races. And also we need to mention Susie Wolf and Maria De Villora, who were both testers for Williams and Marussia, respectively. As for the socials, Natalie Pinkman, Crofty, Jess McFadden, Maxime, Arab, the Devon fan, salty Devon fan, I guess. Oh my god. For generics, Anthony Davidson, the Aiden fan, and there we go. As for the emails, hey Casper, just to follow on from our meeting yesterday, we've had another 14 individual requests for interviews with Kelly this weekend. Looks like everyone's desperate for their own take. In all my years in PR, I've never seen anything like it. I've communicated to the rest of my team your concerns about protecting Kelly from as much of this as we can, and while managing our mandatory commitments. Thanks, Elisa. Another fun fact, Giovanna Amati in an interview said that she was the second most interview figure on the paddock, and the other one that had more interviews than she did was a certain guy called Ayrton Senna. Okay, for Zoe, hey honey, I can get through on the phone, so listen, this moment I force now to, I'm meeting you up with Evelyn for lunch. Don't know if she can be pretty convincing what she wants to be, like mother, like daughter, I guess. I just read the trackside interview, by the way. I don't know what you were so worried about. You came across really well. Although, come to think of it, wasn't it my idea for you to mentor her in the first place? They should really interview me. Okay. I'd like it to be something like, Zoe Ackerman is clearly changing the face F1. What do you think? I suggested to Evelyn when we meet. Maybe she'll have thoughts. Zoe. And for Mark. Hey boss. So, Kelly's first race is finally here. The team in the garage can't wait to see what she can do with the car. I spoke to Kelly already, mainly to make sure she doesn't get caught out in the castle section. As you remember from your F1 days, one of the difficulties of Baku is the deceptive runoff, so she needs to make sure she keeps her eye focused on the braking points. You know, to avoid a Charlotte Leclerc situation. As for attachments, okay, Kelly's 12, okay. Hold on a second. Shouldn't she be like dead last because she has no points whatsoever? Okay, whatever. Anyway, off to the race.
History is made here today as Callie Mayer, Connosport's latest signing, becomes the first female driver of the modern era to participate in an F1 race.
What a moment! I've got goosebumps. Now, for those of you wondering at home, only a handful of women have entered at least one Grand Prix over the years, but none have even had the opportunity to qualify since 1992. Italy's Giovanna Amati, for those of you wondering. So today is very much a new dawn here in Baku.
And Maya was impressive in qualifying, so let's see what the Grand Prix has in store for her.
Yeah, I have to say, it is quite a tight-knit pack out there. Fierce competition all round. I really wouldn't want to call this one.
Indeed. We've seen some brilliant driving here today, especially from young Callie Maya. She seems to have made the transition to F1 as if she was born for it.
Okay, Callie, really good start. Keep it up.
I'm not finished yet.
Okay. Oh, okay, that was close. Can we get past Ricardo? I mean, De Vries before the cast section, and no, we can't. Ooh, okay, we almost did a Leclerc there. And there you go. So Aiden is in 12th. We have no risk to deal with. Okay. Past Lando. And past Tsunoda. Now we have Aiden ahead of us.
Here comes Callie Maya closing in on her teammates.
She's practically on top of me. Aiden, calm down. You're on different strategies. Just let Callie pass. Okay, Callie. Aiden's going to let you pass at the next corner. Let's go.
Copy.
Will Maya get past her teammate now? Here she comes. But there's contact. Contact between the two Connosport drivers. Jackson's out. He gets the worst of it. Maya's clear.
Oh, Jackson's damage looks bad. I think you're right, Crofty. His race is over.
Maya seemed to catch Jackson unawares, though. I'm not sure why.
What was that? Why didn't she wait for me to move over on the exit? Okay, Aiden. Are you all right? It's just another butler.
I thought he was letting me through.
Yeah, I know, Callie. I'm sorry about that, but it's happened now. It's over. Let's get your head down and focus. Come on. We'll talk about it later.
Well then. Off to a great start, aren't we? Right, very quickly, I learned of the news that Latifi has retired from motorsport to focus on his business studies. A move that, while a bit sad, is fully, I understand fully because, Jesus Christ, 350 kilometers an hour, are you kidding me? Jesus Christ. Oi! Sergeant, what are you doing? Okay. As I was saying, while Latifi's decision is a sad one, I fully understand that. I get why he'd do that. Because, as according to Just Capito, he really never recovered from what happened at Abu Dhabi 2021 and the surge of Hamilton fans that told him to commit suicide. So yeah, I really don't blame him for quitting. Ooh, okay. Okay. TRS open. Slipstream. Oh! Nando, what in the actual fuck was that? Past Hamilton. Past Piastri. Which now it doesn't look all that weird. God damn it. Past Sainz. No warnings? Okay, no warnings. And in more lighthearted news, I read about this little war between the Magny-Cours and the city of Nice to host the French Grand Prix. The president, the mayor of Nevers, absolutely would love for Formula 1 to come back. That was a corner cut and a half, by the way, but okay. The mayor of Nevers would absolutely love for F1 to come back to Medicourt, while a certain guy called Emmanuel Macron supports the idea of having a street circuit in Nice. And if you want my opinion, while I understand how historical Magny-Cours is to Formula 1, there's a good reason why they dropped it after 2008. One, because of the economical crisis, and two, because the track is super, super difficult to get at. And while a street circuit in Nice would make absolute sense, especially considering the modern F1 agenda of having more street circuit in order to bring the product more closer to the public, I honestly think that if the French Grand Prix has to return, it'll probably go to Magny-Cours. Mostly because Nice is close to the okay. Mostly because Nice is close to the Azure coast, hence it's pretty close to Monaco. And I don't think Formula 1 would want two big events so close together. Like having the Monaco Grand Prix in one place and then have the French Grand Prix literally jump away. Although I wouldn't exactly be opposed to the idea of the street course. As far as I'm concerned, a lot of the street courses that we've gotten lately have been plenty of fun, so why not? Plus, a street course is a much more sensible idea than Le Mans. And no, I don't mean the Bugatti circuit, I mean the 424-hour layout. Okay, one lap to go.
Final lap of the race. Final lap.
Okay, there we go. Second DRS zone. There's Magnussen. There we go. Thanks. Okay. There we go. Now the castle section. Almost brushing the I'm stupid wall. Okay. Okay, past Sergeant. Now last true corner. Now time for a bunch of kinks. There we go. Main straight. Can we get past Albon before the end? DRS open. I think we did.
Well, in spite of the drama amongst those at the top of the standings, so much of the discussion today has centred around honour sport.
Absolutely, a bittersweet race for them today. One historic debut, one DNF. I mean, you couldn't write it.
And talking of that debut, what did you make of Callie Mayer's first ever start?
Well, I am so excited to see Callie racing in F1. It is great for the sport. She is a phenomenal talent. I can't wait to see what the season holds and her career as a whole.
And if today is anything to go by, the name Callie Mayer is one that we'll be watching with a lot of interest for many years to come. Here comes your top three making their way down to the podium for what can only be described as a fantastic day for Formula One.
And do you feel extra pressure at Connor Sport? It must be difficult with your dad looking over your shoulder.
Look, it's F1. It's not possible for me to feel any more pressure than I already do. So no, it's not an issue.
Kelly, have you felt any pushback from anyone in the F1 world, just with you being the first female driver in the sport?
No, everyone's been amazing. And I'm not the first, I'm just the latest.
How's your brother? Are you really just keeping his seat warm?
You'd have to ask him that. But he is getting the help that he needs. And no, I have no intention of giving up this seat.
What happened out there between you and Aiden today?
It's just a mix-up. I thought he was letting me through on the entry, but he clearly had other
We
ideas.
spoke to him earlier, and he said it was deliberate on your part. Any comment on that?
It was just a misunderstanding.
You've always gone by Mayor, and now you're in a team financed by your father, driving in your brother's seat. Would you go back to the Butler name?
Should have expected it, right?
I thought you did.
It's not what I mean. I'm a woman, I get it. I'm happy to talk about it.
And what is it?
Well, it's always the same, isn't it? So you're a woman, and then every question about Dad, about Devon, about the Butler name.
Just forget about it.
Oh, I can never get away from it, can I? The only question about the race was about Aiden.
Well, maybe if we'd let it run a little longer, there would have been...
Casper? Don't defend them.
Sorry, you're right. Sorry.
Look, it's fine. I'll be faster next time.
The incident at Baku, do you think she did it on purpose?
She did do it on purpose. Yeah. Check the footage.
So you didn't warm to her?
We weren't the best of friends, no.
All right. News and wait for a phone call. There we go.
Hey, Mum.
Callie, I couldn't be prouder, darling. Well done.
Oh, thanks, Mum. It was a good race. Felt great out there.
Oh, it was a good race.
Oh, no, what is it?
What do you mean, what is it? What's what?
I can hear it in your voice, Mum. It was a good race.
No, it's nothing.
Go on.
No, it's just that... You didn't do it on purpose, did you? When you clipped poor Aiden.
I can't believe you're even asking me. Did you really raise your daughter to behave like that?
Well, I'm really not sure.
It was an accident, Mum. I'm hanging up.
Oh, of course it was. Bye, darling. Lots of love.
Okay, the Baku Roundup. But the most talked about story of the day comes from further down the field in form of Connosport Callie Meyer, who, on her maiden outing, forced her own teammate to retire from the race. Social media remains awash with speculation regarding the intent behind the collision, but what really happened? Was it just a misunderstanding, or could it be something more? Connosport confirmed it was a team order, and Meyer herself said in a post-race interview that she simplified Jackson was letting it pass on the entry. Fans were speculating, but I struggle to see this anything other than a junior mix-up. Look at the footage again, you might even see Jackson moving to block her. Whichever way you read it, a memorable day for Connosport. The Connosport conundrum. Okay, whatever, fine. When questioned about it, Jackson claimed it was a deliberate move on Meyer's part. He wouldn't say any more when pressed, but presumably thinks she was so hungry to make an impact that she gladly drove into her own teammate. Meyer's only comment so far, it was a misunderstanding, and I doubt we'll ever hear more from her on the matter. She's already developed a bit of a reputation for being abrupt after teammates while Casper Ackerman appeared to cut her press time short after the race. Second, let her off camera and escorting back to the garage. And then the news from the beginning of the chapter. Socials. Ben Daly, Casper Fan, Davidson, Noble, Jim Marino, some generics, the Devon Fan, there we go. As for the emails, Kelly, the interview requests are still flying in. It's not very encouraging, but we need to figure out how to manage your time. However, one or two people seem to be under the impression your interview was cut short today, which isn't a great look. Let's chat about it this week. Kelly, just a quick one. I've got a few media types that can introduce you to what might benefit you in the long run if you could develop a relationship. I personally will be home in the week of Silverstone. It'll be a perfect opportunity for me to arrange a lunch or two. No pressure, I know you're busy, but I know how helpful it can be to have allies in the press. Let me know what you think, Mom. Phil, Kelly, we know you had to make it for the Figurati Phoenix today, so thanks for that. All the parts we mentioned will be ready ahead of the next race. It's important everything is feeling right, and we look forward to making the car as comfortable as possible for you. Thanks, Phil. And with that, we're gonna end the video here. So, if you liked it, give it a like. If you want to see more content like this, hit subscribe and click notification bell so you get a different video drops. I have nothing else to say other than see you in the next video, everybody. This is Alpha, signing out.